the Rowdy.com Big Three Indianapolis style.
Yes, indeed. What is that? Sounds...
Indianapolis style?
Is that food related or something else?
What is the food of Indianapolis? Would it be like Skyline Chili? No, that's pretty much Cincinnati. Yeah.
Anyway, we're talking about racing, Buck Beaver, Bassmasters. Jerome Buzz Cutler has today's 3 big burning questions from that burning race.
Let's talk about everybody's rock and roll frontman, Bono Mannion.
Yes.
And listen to what he had to say after the win.
Jamie McMurray's crew chief.
Consistency is the key to making the chase. And we had a string there. We went 2nd, 19th, 2nd, 30th, 2nd, 34th. So the seconds are cool. The 30th don't cut it. So it's just going to be, I think there's 6 more races to the chase, 5. And it's just going to be 5 top 5s. We picked up another 30 points today. And 30 times 5 is 150. We're 151 out. So it's going to take some good, strong runs.
Now, if you're Jamie McMurray and Kevin Bono Mannion, would you trade your Daytona 500 and Brickyard 400 victory for a berth in the chase for the championship?
No. Because if you get a berth in the chase for the championship, you're likely not going to win the championship, and then you will not have also had your 2 big victories. This is to get a Daytona 500 and a Brickyard 400 in the same year. Awesome. You go for the win.
He's one of 3 guys now to have done this. Jimmy Johnson, Dale Jarrett being the other 2 to win these 2 races.
And this guy was almost out of a ride this time last year.
I know, it is amazing. But don't you have to shake your head a little bit that he could perform in these 2 events? And he's not been horrible this year.
He really hasn't.
But he's 151 points out. He's probably not going to make the chase. It would be an amazing run if he were to make it. But doesn't it have to kind of just get you just a little bit somewhere down deep inside that you're not really a contender for a championship?
I don't know.
You're not really a contender for the playoffs?
It makes me feel like I made the right call to go back to Chip Ganassi.
Certainly, no doubt about that.
It makes me feel like I'm a winning race car driver, and it makes me feel like next year I'm getting in the chase.
Okay, well, there you go. Maybe it could be a springboard. Boy, don't you look at the bright side.
Yeah,
that's
hard
fantastic.
to believe.
Chip Ganassi said more than once after the race was over, we win as a team and we lose as a team. I wonder if Juan Pablo Montoya shares that sentiment.
Well, Juan Pablo Montoya did the losing part of the team.
He got hosed.
Oh, so he held up his end of the bargain? Is that what you're saying?
He did the losing part, and Jamie did the winning part. But this is, again, the 2nd year in a row. The Montoyas had the best car. Looked like he should win the race. Certainly could have won the race.
Should have won the race.
And got back in traffic when his crew chief, Brian Patty, made a 4-tire call. But, I think it's a microcosm of the man's season. Very fast race car. Looks like he's going to win. Has a little problem, pushes too hard, and wrecks. I mean, doesn't that sound like his season?
I do think it's significant that he was not involved in a multi-car incident, that he just got loose and spun himself out.
Now, I understand at this point in the season, at this point in the race, that winning was kind of the only objective that made any sense for him. A top 5 finish wasn't going to get him anything. And I don't think that every single DNF he's had this year has been sort of his fault. I just think when you put yourself in that kind of position enough, and you have enough bad luck, problems, whatever you want to call it, maybe the driver has to accept some responsibility.
He does run every single lap like it's his last, and maybe he could sit down with Mark Martin, who he thinks doesn't know how to drive.
I'm wondering maybe he should be taking some lessons from Mark.
Yeah, taking some lessons from Mark Martin. I mean, it's a shame he didn't win this race.
So who's been faster this year, Mark Martin or Juan Pablo Montoya?
Juan Pablo Montoya.
Absolutely.
All right, let's move on to issue number 3. Here's
good counting there.
Here's what Greg Biffle had to say about 4 tires versus 2.
I just wish that we would have done 2 tires at the end like everybody else did. We thought more guys would do 4, but wasn't the case.
So you say, Bass, you can't fault Brian Patty or any of the other.
We couldn't run 10 laps here 2 years ago. We could barely make 10 laps.
But it was a different tire and a different surface.
I agree. Here's what I'm saying. And the crew chiefs that made the call for 2 tires at that point, especially Mannion, but certainly Kevin Harvick's crew chief, Gil Martin, also deserves credit for this. Those guys were smart. They made a brilliant call, a smart call, the right call, no doubt about it.
Wait a minute. There were 6 drivers who went for 2.
I think they all made pretty much the right call because they saw in this race how important track position was, how important clean air was
Greg
with
Biffle
the spoiler on the back of the car.
You could not get around the car in the lead.
Right, you saw that. But to put 4 tires on the fastest race car and the money stop of the day with still a good portion of the race to run is just simply, it's not a crazy call. I just don't think it is. And a lot of the success of the 2-tire call that was made depends on the fact that a bunch of other guys also made the 2-tire call and gave Jamie a nice little buffer, and Biffle just couldn't get there. If Jamie McMurray had made a two-tire call and everyone else had gone for 4, including Montoya and Biffle, there's no way he's winning that race. But McMurray had a nice buffer, and that was the difference in the race. That's why I don't think you can say, 4-tire call was crazy.
You know what's crazy?
This is the end of today's Rowdy.com Big 3.
That's crazy!
That's crazy talk. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about more things from Indy, Buck. Rick Hendrick had some stuff to say. Brian France had some stuff to say. There's a lot going on this time of year. Big changes rolling around. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about it. If you want to talk about it, come to Rowdy.com.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.